Hello, everybody. Welcome to TradeStation's Market Review. My name is Adam Harris, and I'll be discussing some of the key markets of interest right now. Now, the first market that I'm going to have a look at is just following on from Simon's commentary previously. I'm going to have a look at the EMini Futures contracts, the YM charts. And first of all, what I really want to do is just point out on the monthly the bullish nature of the chart. So exactly as kind of Simon was looking at these key levels around here, around 17,750 and 18,000. And what we can see if we look on the monthly, if we just look at the candles here, it's very important to highlight that these are looking particularly bullish. Of course, what we've done is we've now broken the previous highs, so we are officially in an uptrend on the monthly as well, still looking bullish. But there are some key levels up ahead. If we just go in and have a look at this in a little bit more detail, and really just pointing out what I do want to do is show the previous month's candles sort of indecision, but really looking more bullish than bearish, just leaning more to the bullish side. And the current monthly candle, of course, we're only 10 days into the month, so the current monthly candle, but it is looking bullish as is. Now, I am anticipating reactions against this level, but the good news being, of course, what we have done is we have currently or previously, we have broken this previous high over here. So the likelihood is, although we will have these reactions based on the setups here, unless something significantly changes in the near future, we're looking more likely to break to the upside, I guess, than to the downside. So what I'll be doing is certainly let's go and have a look at this on the weekly time frame. Just all I want to do here is just point out the nice little steady climb of price action, and this is the currently weekly candle. And even last week, after we had some quite sort of market shaking news, what has actually happened is we still found that the market, although the market reacted negatively initially, it seemed to have recovered, and we subsequently and already have broken above the previous candle. So just definitely showing that the market is leaning much more to the upside than to the downside. Then having a look at this on the daily time frame, you can see price is just really sort of ticking away and just heading up. Even today's candle currently looking relatively bullish, again pushing up to that level. So I am anticipating a reaction of that. I'll be cautious around taking trades just around this area potentially until price is broken above it, and then looking ideally to see how price reacts when it gets to that level. The most ideal scenario for me at this point is since prices have tended to get through in the past, kind of a tend to then had a reaction against it. And of course that can still happen, but what I'd really like to see is to see price break above it, come back, find some really nice support at that level, and then continue to the upside. So I'll be looking for bullish candles. This will be something over the next couple of weeks, the next week or two, ideally to see price break through, come back, find a nice little bullish candle, have the moving averages come up to meet it, so we get a nice area of support here and a nice bullish candle, and we break to the upside of that to see price then continuing to the upside. So just in this area, most of the trading opportunities are probably on the lower time frames. Let's just go and have a look at the lower time frames there. And just starting off here on, say, the 4-hour, we can see that really nice reaction currently to that particular level. And then going even down to, say, something as low as, say, the 30 minutes, just there we go on a little uptrend on the 30-minute there again, waiting for price to come up to those levels. Looking for very short-term trading opportunities, maybe even perhaps as low as, say, the 5-minute time frame. Really just short-term trading opportunities there. But the good news is that the direction is relatively clear for now. The direction is very much to the upside, and that's what I'm going to be looking to do. The next chart that I'd like to take you through is the silver contracts. And starting off here on the daily, really just, let me just make this full screen. Just highlighting, first of all, that we now have an uptrend in terms of a low and a high and a high low and a high high. We really, again, the key thing is always going to be we're looking at the price action structure and we're looking at the key levels. And the key levels help us to determine really how price is behaving between these levels, and we can determine the trend separately on the price action structure. So this is in a nice little uptrend and looking relatively bullish. So for me, again, on silver, I'm going to be looking for trades to the upside on the lower time frames. Just go and have a look at the higher time frame very briefly. And I think it's worthwhile pointing out that we are officially in an uptrend on this. So not only have we produced multiple higher lows and higher highs here, but we've gone up and we've continued to do that. So prices come back and just testing that previous level of resistance, we've got a nice little bullish candle, actually a beautiful bullish candle that's formed. And this week we've now broken above last week's bullish candle. So breaking through this level now as well, this indicates a willingness to an attempt to run back up to those previous highs. And this is supported as well. It's really nice to see, and I think this is worthwhile mentioning as well, is just looking at the order of the moving averages here and the behavior of price around those moving averages. So previously we tended to be running below the 50 moving average with the 10 and 20 as well. Now, of course, what's happening is price is now attempting to stay above the 50 moving average, and the 50 moving average and the 10 and 20 have shifted to that side as well. And price action alone is looking at an attempt at continuing to run back up to the highs. So that is looking very attractive to me to the upside, and for that I'll be looking for trading opportunities on much lower time frames, potentially even down to say the 15 minutes. Just zooming in here again. Just seeing previous levels of support, really nice for stop loss protection if we have that. So I would anticipate in the near future that price will potentially come back to test that level to find support there before then resuming the uptrend. And again, then I'll be looking for trading opportunities on the lower time frame. Just this beautiful structure, just making sure the price isn't overextended. But again, the direction is clear, so really it's just going to be a question of patience. Waiting for trading opportunities for price to come back to test that for support on the high time frames if it's overextended, and certainly looking for very nice price structure interacting with those moving averages on the lower time frames. So that wraps up silver. This is looking very attractive to the upside, and of course, as we looked at the EMini Futures, that's also looking quite bullish. That's quite nice. Let's go and see which currency has got our attention. All right, so just looking at the currencies here, and I'm going to focus in on one, but before I do that, I need to do a very brief overview of currencies across the market at the moment. And the reason for this is because we've got a referendum regarding the Brexit on the horizon. We had some dollar news out last week from Yemen. We've got some reactions, and so basically we have a mixture of different market conditions at the moment, and making it relatively difficult to find optimal trading conditions. In other words, steady buying or steady selling momentum. The trends aren't necessarily just jumping out. So first of all, let's just point out some of the contradictions here. We've got some sort of bullish nature with regards to the euro chart, but not really clean and clear. And the thing is that also when it comes to the British pound, GBP, sterling, we've also not really got any clear direction here. This is now looking at the weekly charts, and you can see that these last sort of 6 or 7 candles have stayed roughly in the same area, and this makes the most sense because, of course, it's all waiting for this referendum to come out. If we then just look at the monthly chart here on the side, we had a little bearish candle. We haven't broken to the downside there, but we were in a downtrend, or we are in a downtrend there. So it's really, the question is what's going to happen here. But the problem is that it's not really profitable to trade at this point in time. Now, so this is what I find quite interesting is when I look at the Swiss franc and I just look currently at some of the most recent monthly bars, they're quite bullish. I mean, almost aggressively bullish. And so what I mean by that is just boldly bullish. If I then jump across and look at the Canadian dollar, we've got a similar scenario. We've got a really nice bullish move that started to happen most recently, and certainly the weekly is looking nice and bullish. And then finally, just looking at the Japanese yen, a very bullish reaction last week. So all three of those are looking much more bullish and just indicating a potentially stronger dollar than is anticipated. So we've definitely got a mixture because we've got some bullishness with the euro, we've got some bullishness, a tiny amount of sort of indecision bullishness with the GBP, and then of course with the other pairs that I've looked at here, we appear to have a stronger dollar. Okay, so this is just potentially where there is some contradiction. However, so based on this, my focus then is on the chart with the clearest, cleanest price action. And so this is the Canadian dollar contracts. I'm looking here at a weekly chart, which is now attempting to break to the upside. It's got to get up to this 8,000 level. And so it's really but it's mainly about the cleanliness of the price action. We had an incredibly long, sustained downward move. Now price is up. It's broken the previous highs. So what it's done at this point is there's now no official trend on the weekly time frame. And again, even if we go on to, say, the monthly time frame, there's no official time frame there. The reason for, no official trend, I beg your pardon. So we were in a downtrend, a really nice strong downtrend. Price has now come back up. It's broken up above the previous highs. It's just indicating an attempt to either consolidate before continuing down or potentially to reverse that and then head up higher. So this is quite important for me to observe. And so really I'm going to be just looking at this on the daily. Now the daily is interesting. We are now officially in an uptrend. We've gone from a low to a high to a high low to a high high. And the moving averages are all about to resolve themselves. So we've got a key level coming up, and so I'll be looking for trading opportunities up to that level. Then what we'll need to do is determine what the market will have to see what the market wants to do, if it wants to continue and actually continue that and go into a weekly uptrend, which would be fantastic. Really, just in terms of the reason I say that would be fantastic is purely from a technical trading opportunity. I'm looking for this, for there to be a clarity and an alignment of the trends on the daily and the weekly initially, at least because that supports the idea of finding profitable trading opportunities on the low time frame. So my attraction to this chart is really based on its behavior around these moving averages, the chart structure interacting around the moving averages, and again even to the upside. So it's really looking good on that. So what I would do then is go down to the lower time frames. And then say 5, for example, a 5-minute time frame. Let's go and have a look at, say, 60 minutes. Really just having a look at that, and really very, very nice interactions with those moving averages. Got them in the correct order, and we've got a clear uptrend. So the direction that I'm looking to trade this is to the upside for now until I observe what price does around that level. But it is interesting. So all three charts that I've shown you today, they're all want to be traded to the upside. This does happen. It's absolutely not that unusual. But it's a question of really paying attention to those key levels to make sure that I'm out of those trades if there's any uncertainty and I lose the edge. The edge meaning the point at which I cannot actually be really certain in terms of probabilities which way price is going to go. Currently, we are getting some clarity on that. Price is indicating which direction it wants to go in. And the main thing to do in this situation is just to look out for overextension. So if I just sit back, go to the 4-hour time frame, I can see it's been steadily ticking over. And it's potentially due just to come back to these moving averages to consolidate before heading back up. But there are plenty of trading opportunities for me there. Again, it's just going to be highlighting those little horizontal levels, price levels where price will potentially pull back, find support. I'll be looking for opportunities then to get into trade to the upside. So I hope you found this useful. So, and finally, just as I finish off, what I'd like to do is direct your attention to the TradeStationInternational.com website, to the live webinars section. You can see the address at the top up here. And really just to highlight that there are a few upcoming live webinars that you can subscribe to, register to attend for free. The benefit, of course, is that they're presented live and you have the ability to interact with traders and obviously ask as many questions as you feel. And there's just some great learning opportunities just in terms of market analysis as well. So the one that's occurring later today is day trading the index futures, and this is really just the first one that's on the horizon, and there was a previous one as well. It's something that I recommend you just check this page regularly and obviously take advantage of this opportunity. That being said, I wish you a fantastic week. This is Adam Harris from Trade with Precision, and I will see you in future market commentaries. Have a great week and a great weekend.